Think honeymoon is the happiest week of someone's life? Imagine booking a lifetime together, walking hand in hand across a living root bridge, and 3 days later the groom is dead in a gorge, and the bride is accused of hiring hitmen. That's not a plot twist from a streaming drama. That's Meghalaya, May 2025. Raja and Sonam Raghuvanshi were, by all publicly available accounts, a modern arranged marriage. Their wedding in Indore took place on 11th of May 2025, a small celebration that, for a week at least, looked ordinary. Family photos, garlands, the kinds of jokes uncles like to make at cocktail hour. Their match reportedly began through a matrimonial directory, a very traditional start with very contemporary consequences. They left for a short honeymoon on 20th May, choosing Northeast India's misty, dramatic landscapes, Guwahati and Meghalaya. The itinerary sounded idyllic on paper. Trek down the 1,000+ steps to Nongriat, stand on the living root bridge, and visit Waisodong, the waterfall whose tears look like someone carved emerald bowls into the jungle. It's the kind of place that invites lovers' selfies and careful breathing. But within days, the script flipped. On 23rd May, the couple vanished. Their phones went dark. Their rented scooter was later found abandoned on the Shillong-Sora road. Family panic turned into police reports. Search teams combed the jungle. And then, on 2nd June, a drone found Raja's body at the base of a gorge beneath Waisodong Falls. The image of that discovery, the body, the gorge, the untouched landscape, is the kind of horror that reads like metaphor but felt devastatingly literal to his family. At first, authorities treated the case as a disappearance that might be an accident or an abduction. But within a couple of weeks, the investigation took a darker, more intentional turn. For those following from a distance, this stopped being about missing tourists and started being about murder, motive, and method. By early June, police had arrested Sonam Raghuvanshi after she surfaced in Ghazipur and, according to the Meghalaya police, was accused of orchestrating Raja's murder by allegedly hiring 3 contract killers. Investigators say evidence gathered, CCTV footage, phone records, witness accounts including a local guide who placed the couple with 3 other men pointed to a planned killing rather than a random attack. One of the men named in police filings was reportedly Sonam's alleged lover, Raj, or Raj Singh Kushwaha, who is said to have worked for a family firm. This is where the case becomes almost unbearable in its banality. A newlywed couple, a second name in someone's phone labeled lover, a plan so cold it used a honeymoon as cover. If you're waiting for explanations that make human beings look noble, you'll be waiting a long time. The police reported several physical items at or near the gorge: a woman's white shirt, part of a mobile phone, a smartwatch, a blister pack of medicine, and later, a blood-stained weapon and a black raincoat found in a nearby village. There were also troubling family claims. Raja's family said jewelry he and Sonam had been wearing was missing when his body was recovered, leading them to suspect robbery followed by murder. Sonam's family, meanwhile, continued to insist she was abducted or framed and publicly demanded a federal CBI probe. Local terrain amplified the mystery: steep steps, slippery jungle trails, and deep green ravines that could hide a body for days. The NDRF, National Disaster Response Force, used drones and rope teams to recover the remains. The landscape that had hosted their honeymoon also complicated the search for truth. Why would a bride allegedly arrange her husband's murder within days of marriage? Police hinted at a personal motive: an extramarital relationship between Sonam and the man named Raj Kushwaha, plus alleged unhappiness in the marriage. Some coverage even reported a weird, quasi-mythic detail. Raja's father claimed Sonam practiced tantra and once insisted on hanging a protective bundle at their home, an allegation that sounds sensational until you realize sensational claims are fuel for a family reeling in grief and suspicion. Motive investigations often trail rumor like a very hungry dog. What the police will need to do is tie intent to action with evidence. Remember 3 anchor points: the disappearance, 23rd May, phones dead, scooter abandoned. The discovery, 2nd June, Raja's body at Waisodong Gorge. The accusation, Sonam's arrest and the allegation she hired killers and conspired with a lover. Those 3 facts scaffold everything else: the family agony, the public spectacle, and the legal machinery now grinding through charges and remands. Picture the Raghuvanshi family in Indore, a son missing, then a body recovered, then a daughter-in-law accused, funeral garlands turning into court summons. Raja's brother and mother have publicly demanded the harshest punishments. Sonam's father maintains his daughter's innocence and called for a CBI probe. This is where the national news cycle meets the raw edges of real life. Not gossip anymore, but people who will have to live with the outcome for the rest of their lives. Investigations continue. Meghalaya's SIT, Special Investigation Team, has reportedly filed a lengthy charge sheet in the case, naming multiple accused, while Sonam and the alleged conspirators have been remanded to judicial custody. Courts will now sift through evidence, witness testimony, and forensic reports. And only then will a clearer verdict emerge. Until a court pronounces guilt beyond reasonable doubt, the difference between headline and justice remains an uncomfortable chasm. This story is a cautionary, bitter little lesson about appearances. A wedding garland can be as transient as a honeymoon postcard. It's also a reminder of how quickly a private life can become a public spectacle, and how the law with its slow, methodical march is the only thing that can turn rumor into record. What do you think drove this tragedy? Was it an unhappy marriage, an affair, or something stranger? Drop your thoughts below. Like and subscribe to Dark Observer for more deep dives into recent crimes.